A soft knock echoes on the door in a gracious yet unassuming residence. Inside, a woman who has spent her life in the spotlight rises slowly, pauses, and takes a breath before stepping into her day. This is not a scene from a film or a scripted drama. This is Kate Middleton on an ordinary morning, facing extraordinary circumstances. Behind the carefully curated images of royal engagements, radiant smiles, and meticulously styled outfits lies a reality far more human, an everyday struggle with cancer, fought not in silence but with quiet dignity. What follows is an intimate journey into her average day, the real rhythms of life for a woman who is beloved around the world yet determined to retain her privacy, strength, and purpose in the face of battle that no one chooses but many endure. Before dawn breaks, Kate's day begins in stillness. The royal residences are known for their grandeur, but on this morning, a deeper serenity fills the space. There is no fanfare, no crowds, only the gentle rustle of sheets and familiar sounds of life waking quietly. For someone who has experienced public life at the highest level, this moment of solitude is sacred. It is a personal threshold, a place where royal duty temporarily gives way to human vulnerability. In these early hours, she performs the rituals that anchor her: stretching, quiet reflection, perhaps a few mindful breaths as sunlight creeps through the windows. These are the gestures of someone learning to live intentionally, to balance fear with resilience, and to find strength in routine. Cancer, by its very nature, is unpredictable. It demands attention, reshapes plans, and invites reflection on both agility and courage. Kate approaches it with disciplined grace, not out of obligation to her title or to the watching world, but out of love for her family and a desire to remain present for their lives. Breakfast is simple, nutritious, and carefully chosen for energy rather than indulgence. Her focus is not perfection, but practicality. This is not about restrictions or deprivation. It is about fueling a body that is fighting hard, sometimes harder than she lets on. Food becomes medicine, rhythm becomes refuge, and each morning plate is a quiet affirmation of intention. Next comes movement, not the rushed pace of royal engagements, but deliberate, measured activity. For many, exercise is optional. For Kate, it is essential. Whether it's a gentle walk in the gardens, stretching routines with a trainer, or light strength training, these moments are not about aesthetics. They are about reclaiming agency over a body that feels, at times, hijacked by illness. Movement becomes a language of resistance, a way to say aloud, without words, that she will continue to inhabit her body with intention and care. Emails and messages follow, not delivered by a royal assistant, but filtered through a personal lens. Yes, engagement schedules, urgent matters, and correspondence with staff must be attended to, but there is also room for personal notes, messages from loved ones, and conversations that nourish the spirit. She replies not out of duty, but out of connection. Even amid health challenges, Kate prioritizes relationships, recognizing that human connection is a powerful medicine, often stronger than any prescription. She might respond to a friend's encouraging message, a child's scribbled drawing, or a thoughtful note from someone touched by her strength, gestures that remind her that her fight is seen and her heart remains open. Lunch is another mindful moment. Perhaps it is shared with her spouse and children, laughter cutting through the heaviness that many believe accompanies a cancer journey. Within these family meals, there is an intentional joy, a laughter that arises from being truly present, from appreciating the ordinary sweetness of life. Family dinner conversations might range from school projects to weekend plans, leaving no room for pity or overanalysis. Cancer is part of the narrative, but it does not define the entire story. Those who know Kate will speak of a desire to keep family life as normal as possible, weaving in routine and spontaneity so that illness does not eclipse identity. Afternoons find Kate in a different mode, focused, deliberate, and often contemplative. This is a time when correspondence with medical professionals, treatments, or wellness check-ins are scheduled. There is no bravado in these moments, just a calm face turned toward the necessary work of healing. Sometimes there are moments of fatigue, where short rests are essential. These rests are not signs of weakness. They are strategic pauses in an exhausting battle. Her schedule allows for breaks not because she is slowing down, but because she is pacing herself in the best way possible, with wisdom rather than avoidance. Evenings are reserved for heartfelt activities, the kind that nurture the soul. Kate might read to her children, share stories that coax giggles, or sit quietly with a partner sharing the comforts of normal life that cancer threatens to disrupt. In these moments, titles fade, and connection becomes a true indicator of wealth. She understands that joy is not a denial of struggle, but a reclamation of life lived fully despite adversity. Some evenings are spent in reflection or journaling, unguarded moments where thoughts are honest and unfiltered. These reflections might include gratitude for strength, acknowledgement of pain, or quiet hopes for the future. Cancer changes many things, but it also clarifies what is most important. For Kate, these reflections are not dramatic monologues. They are grounded, human notes from a woman determined to live with truth, even when her body has been handed a challenge no one signs up for. Night falls gently, and with it comes another ritual of solace. Perhaps there is music, soft and comforting, something familiar that reconnects her to memories, dreams, and normalcy. Or perhaps there is silence, a space where the day's emotions can gently settle and the heart can prepare for rest. Sleep is not guaranteed, but it is invited with intention through calming routines, warm tea, and a sense of peace that has been cultivated through discipline and courage. What makes Kate's journey remarkable is not that she is constantly cheerful or unfailingly stoic, but that she allows herself to be tender, honest, and resilient all at once. She does not pretend cancer is a momentary inconvenience, nor does she let it steal her identity or her joy. Instead, she incorporates it into her life as a chapter, not the whole book. Her strength lies not in denial of pain, but in acceptance of experience, that courage and vulnerability can coexist, and that living fully in spite of struggle is itself a profound act of grace. Her average day is not marked by extraordinary feats, but by extraordinary humility. It is a life that echoes the experience of countless individuals around the world who wake up each day and choose to fight, to hope, to love, and to remain present for those they cherish. In this way, Kate's journey becomes universal, not because she is famous, but because she is human. Her everyday acts of discipline, care, and affection reflect the truth that life does not pause for pain, but that within ordinary moments we find the power to endure.